Hi guys, Vlad here. Welcome back to Hoops Junction. Today I'm going to be talking about my fantasy team and how I completely screwed it up. A few days ago, let's say 3 to 4 days ago, finally had my fantasy basketball league draft, I finally was able to get the guys together and we finally were able to have a draft. Now, going through the draft, I did a couple things right. I went through ESPN. I notified all the guys. I set up a time when we could do the draft. And while doing the draft, I noticed there were a few things that were going awry, which was pretty much everybody couldn't get on the same page. So eventually we all got on the same page. We were all able to get into the draft room live. Now, that's when everything went wrong. Everything completely went wrong. And here's why. I intended to play fantasy basketball. I finally said, okay, this year I'm going to do it. I've never done anything fantasy before, so I'm going to just try it this year. I'm into the draft. Everything's finally going right. We're all in the draft room. We all each have 90 seconds to pick our players. And I went in there with no plan. First of all, we did a snake-style draft, which was, I guess, whoever's last, they become first in the next round. And it was random. It was automatically randomized. So I had the fourth pick in the draft. And with the fourth pick, I picked CP3, which is a decent pick. I really wanted to get Stephen Curry or Anthony Davis, but I was unable to get them. Then I completely forgot that I was going to be first the next round. And the next round, I think I got James Harden. I think I should have got Kevin Durant. I wanted to get Durant, but I was thinking maybe, with the way that he's coming off injury, I don't want him. But that was a mistake because I think the next two nights, Kevin Durant had a 43-point game. That's when they went double overtime against the Orlando Magic. And the person that I'm playing, they have Westbrook, which scored 48 points. And, right now they're spanking me. They're up 537 points to I think I have 397. And it's a head-to-head league based on points. But I completely went in there blind. That's the number one mistake. I really screwed up my team this year. I just didn't have a plan. I didn't create a mock draft board. I didn't go really deep into it and delve into it. All I did was I looked at the recommendations on the website. We did our draft through ESPN, our league through ESPN. I looked at the site through there, and I just looked at what they did last year, what their projected rank was, and I just picked them like that. And that was completely horrible because I like to do things a la Warren Buffett. When Warren Buffett buys a stock or he buys a business, he buys it based on its intrinsic value, the value it brings to the community. He doesn't care about its projections or the numbers. He doesn't care anything about that. He just cares about, is this a business that helps people and will it be lucrative in the future? And that's how I am about players. I know numbers and I could break down numbers and I could give you this stat and that stat. But more importantly, I look at the player overall as a whole, their work ethic, the value they bring to their team, the things that they're doing. So with my draft, you would have thought I would have went that route and I would have picked players based on guys that I really like and I think that could bring things to the table. Nope. I went the completely wrong way. I went all numbers. I went on projections and it was horrible. I think besides CP3 and James Harden, I got all trash. And I wrote an article about this on hoopsjunction.com, which you could check out. The link is in the description. And, man, I screwed up my draft real bad. I have, a whole bunch of shooting guards and, point guards. If you take a look at my squad, you might not think it's bad, but I know I could have done way better, especially if I would have strategized. I picked up Kyrie Irving, who was injured. And, I really didn't even think about it. This guy's not going to come back till January, so I just had to waive him. I picked up Michael Conley. And on top of that, another mistake I made with my fantasy hoops team, especially in the first week, I put players that were supposed to be playing that night. I had them on the bench. So in my utility players, I had players that didn't even have a game that night. So if you're familiar with fantasy basketball, they show you the schedule of all the guys. And then whoever's not playing, you can put them on the bench. Well, I had 3 guys one night that played. They each scored me 20 points, and they were all on the bench, so their points didn't count towards my overall record. For points. So that completely screwed me up. So, you know, I'm this is my first year doing it. I'm learning on the fly, you know. Let me know if you've made any of these mistakes. Let me know if you can learn from my mistakes and don't repeat them. And if you have any fantasy tips for me, you know, comment below and let me know. But so far right now, it's not looking good for your boy. You know, I don't really think that I'm doing well with this. Hopefully I could turn it around, you know, make a couple trades, you know, smooth talk my way into good situations and actually put players that are playing in the right spots, you know, not have them on the bench. But anyway, this is Vladimir from Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Peace out. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.